Welcome to the Monday edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and in studio with us today is the return of Mr. Hand 2. Healthy?
Getting there.
Getting there? Okay, that's good. Yeah, after I had my bout with the crud this past week, my wife has gotten it yet again. So it's been like she had it first, I got it, and then she started getting it again. Yeah. And I'm like, man, it seems like it's going around to everybody and just keeps on going. I'm just grateful that it's not like it was in 2020, when everybody was really getting deathly sick. But and that's not the poo-poo on the fact that there's folks in the hospital now for the influenza. So something not to mess around with. So make sure that you take care of yourself. And the weather is going to be nice for us this week as we start to get into spring here. We have sprung forward thanks to the clocks and looking at some sunshine for us most of the week. We'll have temperatures today reaching about 62 this afternoon. Tomorrow, into the mid to upper 60s, and then near 70 degrees come Wednesday. So this is the kind of weather you're starting to look forward to. The basketball season's coming to a close. A lot of the outdoor sports are beginning to take shape with softball and baseball. And you're seeing kids run. It's just the changing of the season, and I like it, and I can't wait for it to actually take full root. Seeing a lot of the trees, they have all their buds on them now. And I had crocus popping up out of the ground at home. This was Saturday, I think. I
don't even know what that is.
It's a flower.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I can't remember if we call it multiple croci or if it's all crocuses or crocus. I can tell you this much, daffodils are starting to come up too. So you're going to see a lot of them start to probably bloom. I'm going to guess with this temperature in the 60s, we'll probably see some of that over the next day or two. Because one of our friends who works for Litter Quality Propane, her home is like across the street from us. And I was driving by her house yesterday, and she had the daffodils were this high out of the ground. So they're just waiting to pop out with its flower.
And when that happens, the swimming pool's open.
Not quite yet, young man. Not quite yet. But we might have to start changing our background here.
Yes.
Get rid of all the ice and everything and start showing the warmth that we have that's upon us. It is here. Thank you, Buckeye Chuck. All right, coming up in a moment, let's take a look at what's going on with news, weather, we've done, sports, and this date in history. It's all just ahead here on Litter Media Live. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They are all across Southern Ohio. They've had 8 different offices now, and they've been doing this for nearly 50 years. You've got an issue with the heating, the cooling, or the plumbing in your home or your business? Give Accurate a look. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website, which is accuratehvac.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old. Last year, Haynes Total Health Care Center started celebrating their 50th anniversary of serving this part of Ohio. Chiropractic, physical therapy, nutritional needs. They do it all from pediatric to geriatric. So you're talking infants all the way up to folks like me.
I was about to say.
I figured you probably would. And even older folks like Mike.
Exactly.
I'll throw that out there because Mike is older than me. But Haynes Total Healthcare Center, if you click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, it takes you to hayneshealth.com. You'll find them off of Marietta Road, right there on 1 Health Drive. It's the first building you see on Health Drive. Make sure you follow along with us on our social media pages, and a lot of you were doing that over the weekend, and checking out our website, littermedia.com, for a lot of what we're going to be sharing with you here today. We don't have everything up on our Facebook page or our website, but as you were looking just a moment ago, you saw part of the scam alert that's going on, and this is something from the Ross County Sheriff. Apparently, citizens receiving phone calls from someone alleging to be from the Ross County Sheriff's Office asking for money. And the most recent rendition of this scam, the scammers sent fake legal paperwork like what you see here in hopes of proving their legitimacy. In fact, no sheriff offices in Ohio demand money over the telephone. They don't demand it through texts or emails or overdue fines or any other legal transactions. So if you get something like this, it is not real. And if you have doubt, make sure you contact the Sheriff's Office. They want to know.
3 new members are being inducted into the Fayette County Agricultural Hall of Fame during their banquet at the Mahan Building on Tuesday, March 11th. Social time begins at 6:30 p.m. with dinner at 7 p.m. New inductees are Charles and Bessie Heiser and Tracy Denninger. Please join them in celebrating them in many ways they have contributed to agriculture in Fayette County. Find out more in our website story on littermedia.com.
Last summer, the Lancaster Festival's big headliners were Wilson Phillips and Lee Bryce. Remember that?
I do.
Look at this pretty face here. Over the weekend, the festival announced they'll have 2 headliners for the grand finale concert, Saturday, August 2nd. One of them is the ever-lovely Colby Calais, and the other is the group Dawes, which I'm not familiar with Dawes.
Never heard of them.
But Colby Calais burst on the scene back in 2007 with a top 5 hit, Bubbly.
That is the song I've heard.
You like that song, huh? Wednesday night, July 30th, will feature the 80s rock favorite, Hairball, so you have some hair band music going there. Tickets go on sale May 1st at 10 a.m. Now, they have more announcements to make, so we will keep you abreast of this as best we possibly can, but if you want to follow along on some of their social media for Lancaster Festival and lancasterfestival.org.
Amy Smythe of the Clover Bees Club won the Ohio 4-H Meritorious Service Award. You may have seen Amy at many 4-H events, but she is best known for her role as Junior Leaders Advisor, Goat Skillathon Expert, and Quality Assurance Guru.
And a happy gal.
Yes, and their next to her is friend of the show, Cam Nomovsky.
That's right. And I think I've seen her at this is escaping me. It's coming up again in April. It's going to be the little expo thing that the FFA from Huntington has done at Hirsch Fruit Farm. They're moving it out to the Ross County Fairgrounds this year, and I'm pretty sure she has participated in that as well. So congratulations, Amy. 5 area people have been appointed by Governor Mike DeWine to state boards and commissions. Among those include our old radio pal that we used to work with back at iHeartMedia days, Paul Jellison of Wilmington. Paul was reappointed to the Ohio Amber Alert Advisory Committee for the term ending February 6th of 2027. As I mentioned, Paul worked with us at Chillicothe Radio, but also he worked for J-Core, Clear Channel, and iHeartRadio, serving several radio stations, including WLW in Cincinnati, where their tower is in Mason, which is across from Kings Island.
Right.
He used to live in the house there at the transmitter site. And this is how serious it was, because if we're going to go off the air, we want to have the engineer in the building where the transmitter site is. So congratulations to Paul again. Joined with Paul on this committee is Brent Currents of Fairfield County. Pickaway County Sheriff Matthew Hafey has been appointed to the Marks Steering Committee. Lisa Walters of Lancaster appointed to the Financial Planning and Supervision Commission for Madison Township. And S. Craig Beam of Sabina has been reappointed to the Ohio Thoroughbred Race Fund Advisory Committee for a term through January 1st of 2028.
January 31st.
Did I say 21st?
You just said first.
Oh, January 31st, an extra 30 days.
There you go. The local community group known as All the Things will conduct their third annual Easter egg hunt at Chillicothe's Balmer Field in Yaktangi Park on April 12th. All proceeds benefit the Pioneer School.
A reminder for you, we told you about this last week, but the meeting is tonight. A reminder of the review meeting for the design and engineering firm American Structure Point. That'll be at 5:30 in the Chillicothe City Council chambers in the City Hall building at 26 South Paint Street. An overview of the firm's findings and also recommendations for improvements to the roadways surrounding Yaktangi Park, all from this money that was awarded to Chillicothe back in May of last year. Architects have been working on all that, designing everything, and you get another look at it here this evening. And our Aaron Glandon will be there tonight.
Say hi.
Yes, because we'll want to see what the mayor might have to say about it. And, of course, they may be limited because they've got to go to city council meeting right afterwards, too. So get what you can as early as you can. Might be the best way to look at that. All right, coming up in just a moment, a look at sports. But first, our road report. Traffic limited to one lane in both northbound and southbound lanes on a 1 mile stretch of US 23, just north of town here, near Adena Medical Center. So they're doing some work out on the roadways there. So give them some room and slow down. Sports on the way next. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley dumpsters. If you have some spring cleaning you've been planning and it involves the need for a dumpster, they can handle this for you. Give them a call at 740-253-8389, and they'll bring a dumpster out to you. They've got different times that they can you can rent it for like a week or 3 weeks, however long you need it in that regard, whether it's your business or your home. Scioto Valley Dumpsters can take care of it. Click on this ad anywhere you see it, and it takes you to their Facebook page where you can learn more about what they're doing now at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing the number 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 a year. 988. Save the number, save a life. And if you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it will take you to a page that has all the contact information for the Bean Foundation, where you can learn more about how 988 can help. Going on right now, Hometown Motors Incorporated on Eastern Avenue, 818 Eastern Avenue. It's their spring sales event. When you walk in, you'll see papers like this, and it's got on a lower price than what they had on it before. It's a spring sales event.
There we go.
New riding tractors starting at $16.99. There's a lot of 99s in here.
Yes.
New zero-turn mower starting at $33.99.99. New walk-behinds, new chainsaws, new blowers, new trimmers, all at lower prices. $399.99 for walk-behinds. The new chainsaws, $279.99. New blowers starting at $199.99. And those trimmers starting at $229.99. Hurry in, the best selection, because they won't last. Keep in mind that today they're only open until 2 o'clock. So they're open from 10 to 2 on Saturdays and Mondays.
So run out there.
So get out there before 2 o'clock today. And don't forget also, they'll be open longer hours Tuesday through Friday. But they always split up that one day, Saturday and Monday. So check them out at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue. Hometown Motors, your store for the outdoors. Time for sports, and we start with our scoreboard for you. Boys tournament basketball. Memphis advances on to the Final Four after knocking off Chesapeake 55-40. This was a 2-point game at halftime, and then Memphis just went off in the second half. Kettering Alter handed Fairfield Union its only loss on the season. Christian Thompson, one of our McDonald's players of the week, of the game, was 16 points. So she had almost half the points for this Fairfield Union team. Great season. Congratulations, girls. It's a shame that they don't have the state championship in their hands. Portsmouth has advanced to the state championship game, and they'll be taking on Creston Norwayne, a winner over Afrocentric. And good luck to Amy Hughes and the Portsmouth Trojans for that contest. Of course, Amy used to be Chillicothe's girls basketball coach. Boys tournament basketball, Eastern saw its season come to a close, falling to Monroe Central in the Division VI regional final. South Webster advances to the state championship game with a win over to the Final Four with a regional championship win over Notre Dame last night, 36-34. I said last night, I think it's actually Saturday night when they played that.
Maybe.
And the OCSSA State Championship goes to, for a third consecutive year, New Hope Christian Academy. They defeated Dayton Temple Saturday night, 68-32. Xander Rink led the way with 24 points, followed by Hunter Kavanaugh with 18. Of course, he had 1,000 points scored in his career. And Nathaniel Ames with 13 points. Congratulations to the statesmen. They are state champions for a third consecutive time. State Indoor Track and Field Championship saw some local talent placing on the medal stand over the weekend in Geneva, Ohio. State champs in their respective divisions include White Oak's Landon Iyer, the 3,200-meter run. He was also second in the 1,600. Liberty Union's Caleb Haig was second in the 60-meter hurdles. Adina's Katie Burns, fourth in the high jump, and J.C. Smith, sixth in the triple jump. St. Trace pole vaulter Harrison Williams was fourth in his division. Fairfield Union's Andrew Walton won the 1,600 in his division. Chillicothe's Kiera Archer was fourth in the 400 dash. You can see all the placers in our web story at littermedia.com. Jackson's McKenna Craft won her fourth state championship in the 100 class for yesterday's actions. She is 44-0 on the season.
And this is wrestling now for our radio listeners.
Yes. OHSAA State Wrestling. So congratulations to McKenna. She's a tiny gal, but man, she's probably tough as nails and one of the toughest kids in Southeast Ohio, but all across the state because she has won back-to-back state championships. Congratulations. Adina's Kayla Grooms placed 5th in the 110 class. Washington's Lyndon Gibbs was 4th in the 115. Brooklyn Whited of Logan was the runner-up in the 135 class. Waverly's Abby Green placed 4th at 140. So congratulations, girls. Lancaster's Luke Cox was 3rd in the D1 heavyweight class. Logan Elm's Dawson Hudson, 4th in the D2's 113 class. At 120, our player of the week last week, Miami Trace's Lyric Dickerson, finishing 4th at 120. Matthias Stuckey for Miami Trace was 5th at 126. He happened to defeat Vinton County's Travis Bucklew, which ended up 7th in 126. And Amanda Clear Creek's Bodie Smith was 7th at 150 in Division 3. So congratulations. Back to Miami Trace. Some of you might have seen this fella on the basketball floor, but also as an offensive and defensive lineman. It was reported over the weekend, the Washington Record-Herald, saying that this junior offensive lineman, Adam Guthrie, has verbally committed to play college football for Clemson. He'll be a Tiger.
Yes.
And George Clayton, a buddy of ours who lives in South Carolina, says we'll take care of him.
From a Panther to a Tiger.
Yes. Paul's involved, certainly. King of the Courts, Wednesday at Adina. This features the male high school students playing in a volleyball tournament coached by the Adina girls volleyball players. That probably always goes over pretty well. Did you play in this?
I did. I did do this. It was a lot of fun.
Doors open at 6 p.m. Play begins at 7 p.m. Does it have an admission price on there? I can't see.
$3.
$3. That's not going to break the bank. And
if you purchased a T-shirt, you get in free.
Is that right?
That's what it says.
Okay. And if you have a $5 bill, put it in there. It's not going to hurt you.
No.
They'll take that because it's a fundraiser, right?
A fundraiser.
Yes. And it's always fun. OSU women receiving a thumping by UCLA, 75-46 Saturday in the Big Ten women's tournament. Now they sit back and wait for Selection Sunday to find out where they will be in the NCAA women's tournament. OSU men had an early lead, and they blew it, falling to Indiana 66-60. Now on to the Big Ten tournament starting Wednesday in Indianapolis. The Bucks will face Iowa at 6 p.m., and that's going to be streamed on Peacock. So if you're not a streamer, you won't be able to watch the game. Number 5 seed Ohio Bobcats are set to take on number 4 seed Toledo. That'll be Thursday, the 13th, in the MAX men's basketball tournament. Tip-off is set for 30 minutes following the conclusion of the game 1 inside Rocket Arena. Liberty University's Flames beat Western Kentucky 90-61 to win the CUSA, that's Conference USA, regular season title. Chillicothe's Javon Mothmer. He finished with 21 points, 15 boards, 6 assists, and a couple of blocks in the victory. He went off. They were showing all kinds of highlights on their X page. The Flames will open play in the Men's Conference USA tournament Wednesday. See the fellow that's, those of you watching on the show, he's got the headband. He's holding the ball in his left hand up there.
Number 0.
Yeah, he's from Ashland, Kentucky. So he and Javon know each other. And I want to say that he also has a tie with Ethan Leist, who is the basketball coach at Eastern down in Pike County. So congratulations to the Liberty Flames. We'll keep an eye on them as they open up Men's Conference USA Tournament Wednesday. Cleveland Cavaliers are 112-100 winners over Milwaukee Sunday. They'll host Brooklyn tomorrow. The Cleveland Browns have agreed to terms with defensive end Myles Garrett on a 4-year contract extension worth $40 million per year average, including $123 million guaranteed.
This was shocking when I saw it yesterday.
Not for me, because I knew it was going to happen. And it basically come down to money.
Yeah, I knew if they offered him enough, he would stay.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that they would.
So now he's locked in a Browns uniform for the next 6 years. That I like. OSU Heisman Trophy winner Eddie George confirming. In fact, he was introduced at 10 o'clock this morning. He's the new head football coach at Bowling Green State University after spending 4 years at Tennessee State. And the CBJ pounded on the Rangers in New York. They'll face the Devils tomorrow night in New Jersey. Adam Fantilli became the 5th player in CBJ history to record 2 hat tricks in a single season. The first person to do it since Cam Atkinson did it back before COVID in 2018 and 2019. Congratulations to the CBJ.
Just out of curiosity, how old is Myles Garrett?
28.
Okay. So he'll probably retire as a Cleveland Brown.
And that's the plan, yeah. And in fact, what they were saying on social media yesterday, they were chiming in as from Cleveland to Canton.
Yeah.
So he's tied up for the rest of his probably playing career as a Cleveland Brown.
I was hoping that the Washington Commanders might get him.
Interestingly enough, here he is coming out during the Super Bowl and saying, I'm demanding a trade. I've got 2 years left of my contract. I'm demanding a trade. In this new agreement, there's a no trade clause.
Yeah.
So, heck, he'll probably end up owning part of the team. That'd be my guess. I mean,
he owns part of the Cavs, doesn't
right, he already owns part of the Cavaliers. So, all right, this date in history is just around the corner as we harken back to 1876 in the Litter Media Wayback Machine. Stick close for that.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Time for this date in history. Do you like these things?
Yeah.
I mean, we use them a lot, you know. And the other night, the power was off at the Ramey Ranch. My outside world was cut off. It was horrible. My wife and I just kind of sat there and looked at each other.
Oh, that's the worst, isn't it? When you have to talk to your wife.
She didn't feel good. She was miserable, and she was laying on the couch. We both, I think, took naps. and then suddenly at like 9:02, the lights all came back on, and suddenly it's like we both were grabbing our phones, seeing what messages we missed and all this kind of stuff. Well, back in the day, they didn't have this.
Oh.
Until someone decided to invent something. And it was on this date in history, the first discernible speech is transmitted over a telephone system. Inventor Alexander Graham Bell summons his assistants in another room by saying, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want you." Bell had received a comprehensive telephone patent just 3 days before. So this would be like me sitting over there and you sitting behind your desk and me saying, what did he say?
Mr. Watson.
Mr. Watson. Mr. Glandon, come here. I want you.
When you could have just said it from across the room.
I could have done that, yes. Or I could have put a paper plane and flown it over to you.
Why don't we do that?
That sort of thing.
We should do that more often.
Man, you know, I'm trying to think last time I made a paper plane. And
are you making one right now?
I'm going to make one right now. This is part of the wonders of actually printing out a script for the day.
Hand me another sheet of paper. We'll see whose is better.
Okay. I'm sure yours will probably be because you're a college kid. But we used to make these all the time when I was in elementary school. Does anybody still do these? I mean, I've seen it on YouTube where some kids will put together a paper plane, and next thing you know, I saw one, they were at a ball game in an arena, and I think it was a soccer match, and they had made this paper plane, and then they just launched it, and it flew for like 35 seconds, just making its way, and then landed on the turf.
I've seen that video.
You've seen that video?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, let's take a look at our designs. Again, this was just done on a whim. You've got, that's like the 757 type Airbus type look.
Sure.
Mine's a little more long, sleek.
Streamlined.
Kind of like a Sonic thing. So, all right, we don't have a camera to show you where they're going to go.
Well, you just have to trust us.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You launch yours that way, I'll launch mine this way.
Okay. So here we go. And 3. Why don't we throw them to the camera?
Because then they'd hit the TV.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Yours went further.
Yes.
Mine landed
upside down.
Upside down.
Mine did not land upside down.
Mine was a Delta plane. How about that?
Mine, it kind of descended quickly, but then it glided across the floor.
Yeah. And it depends on how you throw it. What your release was. I mean, I think I had a downward release on mine instead of an upward release. Had I put an upward release on it, maybe it would have. And now the air conditioner is about to kick in, and we would have had airflow that they would have had to go through, and we could have tested the wind shear on our wings.
We could have.
But we're not. That's it for the program today. Thank you so much for watching and listening on Litter Media Radio, for those of you tuned in there. Don't forget that this is back again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Mike Smythe should be with us tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So until then, enjoy your Monday and get outdoors and enjoy this weather we're going to have for the next few days. See you later.